Hey guys, Ellie here. Today, I don't know if y'all can tell, I'm trying to get a good glimpse of the sun. I don't want to look right into it because that's really bad for your eyes, and I would like my eyes to be good for as long as possible. But if you can't tell, it is like blazing hot out here. The sun is just beaming down on us. Not only is it hot on my arms, I can feel I'm getting a little tan, I guess, but it's also just really bright. I'm having to squint my eyes right now as I'm making this video. And so I understand that Texas is going through a little heat wave of sorts, so this is not totally uncommon. It happens sometimes. You know that we're really used to the hot weather right here. Pig Lola scratching her side on the little post right here. Hey Lola. Oh, what's up, Pig Lola? What are those noises? What do you want? Food? I feel like you have food already somewhere. Maybe not. Lola. Silly. Here, let me pet your little belly. I want you to flop over like you always do. There we go. That's a good little Pig Lola right there. Yeah. Who loves little belly rubs? Pig Lola does. Why are you making those weird noises for? I don't understand. Everything okay? I don't know. I don't know what those noises are all about. Maybe she's hungry. I'll have to get her some food, perhaps. She is an eater, as y'all can tell. She loves to eat. Chia. Come here, Chia. Oh, sweet little Chia. Yeah. Chia, flop over on your belly. Come on, do it, Chia. Roll over on your little belly. No? Okay. Anyways, guys, today's video, I totally got off topic. That was almost 2 minutes of just shenanigans, like always. But today's video, I kind of wanted to talk about something that I thought was pretty interesting. And me, my stepbrother, and his cousin, so I guess that would be my step cousin, question mark. I think that'd be a step cousin. I remember one night we were sitting by the fire, and I'm gonna go in there with those guys. We were having a pretty deep conversation about a wide variety of topics. And I'm not gonna share all of the topics on this video, but I will say that it would have been really cool. Oh, brother. Those guys. It would have been really, look at them. Look at them all coming in unison like a convoy. Don't even, whoa, relax. Don't try to peck at me. You're trying to peck at me through the fence. Stop it. Stop it, you jerks. You guys are so mean to me. Lydia, what are you doing? Guys, this is crazy right here. I can't even hear myself talk right now. It's so loud. Yeah, so back to what I was saying. That night, whenever we were sitting by the fire just talking, it would have been really cool for us to have a camera set up and to just have like a 1 hour, hour and a half, however long it was, just full one segment recording of all the things we were talking about, because we got into so many different topics. I feel like that very often, actually. Sometimes me and my dad will talk, and there'll be a lot of stuff where I think to myself, man, this would have made for a good video to share with the viewers. Me and Jacob and my cousin Bennett, we've had conversations like that. So maybe I ought to set up a camera and just let it go for an hour straight and just let it just record our uncensored dialogue sometimes. I don't know. Be kind of interesting. Anyways, all right, back to, I've kind of gotten off topic so many times this video, so, and I'm about to do it again because I see Annie giving a death stare to old Chia right here. Annie does not like Chia, and honestly, I can't really blame her, because the thing is that Chia is kind of a, Chia likes to taunt people or animals. Chia likes to taunt, and so what'll happen is, see, look, what'll happen is Chia will come into the pasture over here and she'll start barking and like that. She'll start barking at Annie, and then Annie will try to run Chia off, and then Chia will fit herself under the little fence right there because she's tiny, she can fit through anything. And then she'll start barking at Annie again, just like taunting her, like, ha, you can't get me, I can come in whenever I want to. And then as soon as Annie runs her out, she'll like leave. Chia, you might get yourself into trouble someday doing that. You shouldn't taunt people, it's not nice. It's kind of like what little kids do, I imagine. I feel like little kids sometimes, they'll be the ones to, they basically taunt somebody. Ha ha, catch me if you can. And then whenever you actually like grab them, they start crying, be like, no, I'm sorry, leave me alone. And then they let them go. I'm like, all right. And then they do it again. I've had that experience with a little cousin of mine. I'm not gonna say any names, but somebody will antagonize me. So then I'll kind of chase them or whatever. Then they start crying, and then I can't like continue playing the game. I gotta what? Guys, look! What is that? What is that right there? Look! Guys, what is that? What is that thing? What the heck? What is that? That thing looks purple. It was as it was. Whoa! The geese are scared of it. The geese must be scared of it. Man. Guys, that thing looked purple as it was flying through the sky. I'm gonna try to get a little closer to it to see what it is. I saw that in the corner of my eye, some purple thing flying through the sky. It's gone now, it's going. I don't know if y'all can see the color super great on the camera. It's, oh wow, it's way up there now, I see it. Yeah, that thing's long gone now. I don't know if y'all can see the color really good on the camera. I'll have to go back and rewatch the video, but that thing was looking like bluish purplish whenever it was flying through the sky. Guys, I have not been able to get into my story yet. I can't even tell how many minutes it's been because this video's cut several times, but I have not been able to get into the story that I was sharing. Yeah, so like I was saying, me, my stepbrother, and I guess my step cousin, you would call it, his cousin, we were having kind of a deeper conversation, and I don't even know how we got to this subject, but at some point we started talking about social media. Particularly, we were talking about kind of the some of the consequences and some of the negative things that we've experienced as a result of social media. And so I'm going to share some of those with y'all today. Today's video, I kind of wanted to actually be about the pros and the cons of social media. I think it's an interesting subject, and I want you guys to leave your input below on what you guys think of social media as a whole, or maybe different specific social media platforms. So let's go ahead and get right into it. I'm gonna start with the pros first. We shouldn't start off on a bad note. Let's start off on a good note. Some of the pros that I've noticed with social media is that the most obvious one is you can communicate with people all over the world. People that have to move states for their job or whatever can still maintain relationships with their friends that they leave behind. They can keep in touch very easily by FaceTiming, video calling, sending quick virtual messages to one another. It's a lot easier than back in the old days when you had to write a letter, or you had to have a messenger boy send the letter, and it would take like weeks to get the letter to where you're going, and then weeks for the letter that the person's replying to you to come back. So you can just send messages on a whim nowadays, which I think is really cool. It allows people to remain a lot more connected if they can't be with each other physically. Social media also allows you to share really, really cool things with the world. I mean, we can vouch for that firsthand. The fact that I am able to share this video with y'all, the fact that we're able to share this blessing of our animals right here with y'all is a direct result of social media. Without social media like YouTube and Facebook, Instagram, this wouldn't be possible right here. Another great thing about social media, and I guess the internet altogether, is that you can get word out about something very, very quickly and to a very large number of people. A huge mass of people can receive word about something important at once. A few examples I can think of is whenever there's a natural disaster, like a tornado warning, a hurricane coming, perhaps even a tsunami. If there's like Amber Alerts or other very serious thing where word needs to be spread instantly, social media can help do that. Social media can spread word to hundreds and thousands of people about something basically in the blink of an eye. Long story short, you can get word out about something important very, very quickly to a huge mass of people thanks to social media. Chia, don't start taunting Pig Newton now. Pig Newton will teach you a lesson. Isn't that right, buddy? Old Lenny over here won't teach you a lesson. Lenny's too sweet. Lenny's too kind. Lenny wouldn't hurt anybody. Lenny doesn't have basically a single bone in his body that's not gentle and sweet. Anyways, all right, guys, that right there would be the positive things that I've noticed about social media. You're free to comment down below if I missed any. I'm sure I probably did. But I guess now it's time to get into some of the negative things about social media. Unfortunately, this is what me, my stepbrother, and my step-cousin talked about a little bit more than the positive, with some of the negative things. And so hopefully this video can help to change that for anybody watching and people in the future. So I guess without further ado, let's get right into it. The first thing that I've noticed that is not exactly the greatest about social media, I'm sure a lot of you can agree with this, is that it tends to make people less social. Maybe on Instagram and Snapchat, they're very social, sending direct messages to people and whatnot, but in person, it makes people a lot less personable, if that makes sense. I feel like a really important thing whenever you're out and about in society is being approachable, being easy to talk to. And I feel like with social media, whenever we get in the habit of just messaging people virtually for so long, once we encounter somebody in person, it makes us a little harder to talk to. Simple body language things like having a smile on your face, looking people in the eye, just things like that that show respect and that show people you care. It's hard to show that same body language whenever you go so long without using it. Whenever you go so long just with a blank, dull face, sending messages over the phone, and then you see someone in person, and then you make them feel like they're not getting the respect and the attention they deserve. That's something that I've probably experienced before, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate to also. The whole stereotype kind of goes that people will be at the dinner table on their cell phones, glued to their screens, whenever there's a whole family of people right in front of their very eyes if they would just look up. I've heard that cliche quite a bit, and I think it's probably because there is some truth to it. Another negative thing I've noticed about social media is that it's very easy for people to become jealous or envious of what other people have. Hey, Pebbles. For instance, you have no idea how many times I've heard somebody say, "Oh, wow, can you believe that so-and-so got a brand new Gucci wallet? Here, look at their post on Insta. I want that." Or I've heard wives tell their husbands, like, "Can you believe that so-and-so's husband got them a brand new car? Why does she deserve that car? I want that car. We need to make more money so I can have that car too." Different things like that. And it's just a very destructive cycle of jealousy, I feel like. You can tell somebody all you want that what somebody's social media profile is just an exaggerated version of their life. But if somebody still thinks that the true meaning of happiness comes from having material things, then the Gucci wallet that they see somebody else having, the Corvette they see someone else having, is still going to be what they want. And it's still going to either, for the most part, I noticed that either A, it makes people really envious or jealous, or B, it makes them feel down and kind of depressed about themselves. It makes them feel like they're not good enough. I've seen that so many times, and that's kind of the thing that me and my cousin and my stepbrother were talking about. We were talking about just how it's very easy to get into a funk and get down based upon what you see on social media. And so I'm very proud of them for exhibiting self-control, because they told me that whenever they realized that they were their mental state, their head was starting to spiral downward, they uninstalled the apps that were bringing them down, and they took a little bit of a break from it. And so that was really awesome that they were able to exhibit self-control as high school kids. That was really, really impressive to see. Look at Charlie. Charlie, does my hair smell good? I didn't put any shampoo in it this morning. I just got up and went. Oh, man. Yeah, so I get how it's... I've been there too before. I've never really shared this with too many people. I guess I'm about to right now. But my obsession hasn't really been over things like a wallet or a car or anything like that. But whenever I was younger, I had like a huge obsession with height. I was very insecure about my height whenever I was younger, and people that knew me when I was a kid or when I was a teenager will remember that I would say I would give anything to be taller. I would give anything to be 6'7", 7'3", just like a giant, so I could be a NBA player and I could just be head and shoulders above everybody else in the hallways at school. That was my dream. That was my obsession back then. And you can only imagine how much worse social media made it whenever I saw people that were 6'7" or 7'3". It just kind of made me depressed about myself too whenever I was in high school and whatnot. And so obviously my case is a little bit different, but I think the point still stands that we should all be very, very careful with social media and how it affects us and our children. I think that another thing I've realized over the years is that walking the walk, setting an example, can be a lot more powerful than I realized. I never realized how powerful setting an example could be, really, until my walk with God. Whenever I started trying to grow closer to God, trying to be a better person, I didn't even have to say a word to anybody about it, and people around me kind of noticed a change in me. They noticed a bettering in my life, and it made them intrigued. It made them start asking questions. It was just a really delightful thing for them to see, and I'm forever grateful for that. But all of it came simply from not yelling in people's faces, not from boasting or anything like that. It just came from genuinely just reading things in my own free time and wanting to just live a better life and set a better example. And so I guess my message to all of you is that never underestimate how powerful an example that you set can be to others who look up to you and others who watch you. And how that applies to social media, I guess the best way that it can help us, it can help our future generations, our children, our children's children, is to let them see that we don't make material things like money, Gucci wallets and stuff like that our gods. Make them see that we're happy with the things that we do have. Make them see that the things that we yearn for, the things that we strive for, aren't material things. The things that we strive for are things that are much more wholesome and that really do make us happy. And so I think setting that example can go a really, really long ways. Just something I've learned in my 21 years on this planet. I know I'm still younger than a lot of you watching this, and a lot of you may have your own perspectives on it, but just something I've noticed with time. But yeah, I guess long story short, to sum it up, we gotta be really careful with social media. There's a lot of good things that can come from it, but my cousins and my brother really brought it to my attention how a lot of bad things have come from it too for them, and it made me realize that more bad things in my own life have came from it than I realized. So I guess we should all just be really, really careful to not become a slave to social media. We use it for the good, and we try to extinguish or get rid of the bad. Guys, this video has been so long though. I don't even know how long it's been because I've cut this video so many times. So it's just a bunch of segments going to be put together when it's all said and done. So I can't really tell how long it is, but I estimate it's at least 12 minutes, probably more by this point. So it's time for me to go ahead and wrap this up. But I love you guys with all my heart. I appreciate all that you've done and all of the support you've given to me and my family, our animals, and our loved ones. And I pray that you guys stay safe out there. And with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to let me know in the comments what kind of stuff you want to see. Hope you have a great day. And as I always say, your boy Ellie out.